AITAH for not agreeing to sleep in a bra. I, 22F, recently went on a small family trip to celebrate my dad's early retirement. A family friend let us borrow their lake house, but sleeping arrangements meant that I had to share a room with my sister, 24F, and her husband, 30M, in a room with two beds. They're newlyweds who married quickly, so this is his first time going on a trip with us. I really didn't think it was going to be an issue because with the whole lake available to us, we wouldn't be spending much time in the rooms. The first night, there was no problem. The second night, my sister pulled me aside right before I went to go get ready for bed and asked me to change what I was sleeping in because her husband was uncomfortable. For context, this might be TMI and I am sorry. I am not a flat-chested woman. It is quite literally the most annoying thing about my life, and I am not sorry that I do not sleep in a bra. That being said, it wasn't like I was sleeping in lingerie. It was just a big t-shirt, but because of how I'm built, you could still tell I was braless. I've never thought it was a big deal, but her husband is rather conservative, in like, all senses of the word. I politely told my sister no because the only things I brought were A, swimsuits, which would be even worse, B, a tight compression sports bra for beach volleyball, which I don't think is even medically advisable to sleep in, and C, a sweatshirt which I guess would disguise it more, but it was hot, and I didn't want to wear it. She pressed me again, and I said no again, pointing out that her husband slept shirtless. I don't actually care, but it seemed hypocritical to me, so I said that if I am asked to find a way to cover up more, despite wearing a shirt, he should too. She got mad at me and said I was being ridiculous and staring at her husband. God, no, I would never, and kept raising a stink and trying to involve the rest of my family, saying it was a simple request, and I must be trying to tempt her husband. I loudly fired back that this wouldn't be a problem if her husband wasn't staring at my chest, which prompted my parents to have me sleep in the couch on the living room the rest of the trip. I also made it a point for the rest of the trip to loudly call her husband out if he was looking too long at my chest in my swimsuit, which happened a couple times before he learned his lesson. I didn't think I overreacted. I might have gotten a bit heated, but it was in line with my sister. But my family has kind of blamed me for ruining my dad's celebration by not letting it go, and I can't help but feel guilty. AITAH? Edit. If you're going to make a comment sexualizing me, don't. It's weird, and it's not funny. Update. I would like to start this post with the good things. Thank you everyone who helped. I wasn't feeling much support from my family and was beginning to think that I irrevocably ruined the vacation just because of my, admittedly short, temper and reactions. It was nice to read the people who were saying they were proud of me for sticking up for myself and the solidarity amongst women with bodies like mine. Sometimes when something happens to you, it can feel like you are the first and only person in the world that has had it happen. It's always comforting to know it is not. The aftermath. After reading through as many comments as I could, I decided to go LC with my sister and her husband. I let my sister know that I was going LC, but made sure she knew that if she ever needed a place to stay the night, it would be offered. No questions asked. Many of you pointed out that the way my parents handled this was less than stellar. They have always been like this, in the sense that they will take whatever option means we can just keep going on with whatever we were doing. Sometimes this has been in favor of me, sometimes in favor of my sister, though after the comments I have realized it is more often in favor of my sister, though they have said this is because I'm usually the one creating conflict. Yesterday, I called my parents and had a long talk about this. I told them that I am an adult now, and as such, I have the ability to make choices such as not coming to family events. If we aren't able to actually talk about things, I'm not sure I will want to keep coming back. I felt bad, like I was holding my attendance at family events hostage, but it was a productive conversation. Remains to be seen what will change, if anything, but I'm glad we talked. The bad. I never in a million years expected that post to get the attention that it did. To be honest, that amount of comments and views was scary. A lot of it was great, but a lot of it was not. On a post where I discuss how my body was being sexualized and the steps I took to combat that, many people found it funny to keep sexualizing me in the comments. I had chats and messages and comment after comment asking for proof and pictures and demanding to know the size of my chest. Every time I read one of those, it was like I was being slapped in the face. It is utterly demoralizing to know that even through a computer screen, even when people can't see you, there are some people to whom you will always just be a pair of boobs. To those of you who stuck up for me, thank you. To those of you who made those comments, I don't think it's too late to enroll yourself in your local elementary school. You might need to sing and clap along to a few songs about being nice to others and learning manners. This will be my last post on this account. Thank you to some. Grow up to others and keep being judgy. If you enjoyed this story, like and follow for more.